Hello, everybody, and welcome. Wednesday night replay of the season. I'm your co-host Frosty. I'm here with my man Jakey Muffins. Jakey, how you doing tonight?
I am doing well. Always fun to be here, catch up on some of these games, and get to see the Instigators on the court again.
Yeah, it's this one's gonna be a fun one. Uh, Hoosier State Instigators traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Ohio Kings for real this time, not like the mess up from last time.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this one is Cam Mitchell won't be playing in this game. Cam is signed with the Zonkies in the Mexican League. So best of luck to Cam, but even more importantly, best of luck to our Instigators. Sitting at 7-6, a game that was fairly frustrating, I think, for both of us to watch last week, just with the up and down nature of the way the Instigators played. Playing against a really tough opponent. We've lost to them 3 times now, twice last season, once this season. 0 wins. What do we got to do to turn that around against a really good Ohio Kings team?
Yeah, I mean, this is the time if we're going to do it. We have a little bit of an advantage here with Cam being out of the lineup. He's a very, very dominant scorer. But even without Cam, the Kings are a very potent offense, so we've got to limit their offensive opportunities, not allow the second chance opportunities, and be smart with our offensive possessions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Not shooting too many threes when they're not falling. When they are falling, shoot them, but when they're not, attack the basket. We both know the Instigators are better when they're attacking the bucket. I remember last year, it will sting with me forever giving up over 180 points to a team, and it was the Ohio Kings. So I don't want to see that again. Our defense, I think, is improved this year. Still not where we'd like it to be, but better. And so you're right. We can't let a couple guys get hot. It feels like every game we just let a couple of guys on the other team get hot and they carry their team through. So if we can force them to play team basketball and take tough shots, maybe we can win this game. I think the Instigators, like I said last week, when we're on, one of the best teams in the league. And when we're not, one of the worst teams in the league, which is why our record is where it is at 7-6 here. So we'll see how this game goes. I'm really excited for it. I know you are. We're going to head out to Cincinnati Tech University where this game is being played. But before we do that, let's brush up on our ABA rules so we all know what we're watching and what makes the ABA so exciting every year. All right, so we're out here. Best choice. I'm sorry, not a best choice. I already messed up. Cincinnati State University. Hoosier State Instigators versus the Ohio Kings. Looking forward to this one as we get a good shot here. Sorry about the scoreboard already. We've been bumped a little bit, so our scoreboard's off down below, but we'll keep you up to date on the score as the game progresses. Really excited to see what happens in this game. Big news coming out of this game that we heard in the pregame, Jake, is Captain America, Steve Rogers, the young rookie, getting his first start of the season. What do you think about that?
Yeah, big opportunity. We've seen Steve in the preseason and the IBL Gold Cup. He's a capable player and one of our young guys that he's got a lot of talent. And when he's on the court, we're looking forward to seeing what he's got.
Absolutely. So he's going to join Miro. He's going to join Cash. He's going to join um, Dame and JoJo as our starting five here for the Instigators. New look starting five for the Instigators. So we'll see if this helps get us off to a better start than we have in past games. Instigators are a little notorious, at least in the circles I roll in, which is me and Jake, to getting off to a slow start. So we're hoping that that'll turn itself around here tonight. So we get I don't know if you can hear Jake coming through, but the local high school band is there playing throughout the game. So it provided a fun atmosphere in this one. Looks like we're just about ready for tip off. Just a couple of questions I'm trying to figure out here. And the fifth player for the Kings comes on. I got to tell you, I would have been okay with 4v5 to start the game. Tip off is up, and the Instigators win the tip off. So Cash Bell starts with the ball. Cash, since joining the Instigators, has been one of the most productive players on the court. As we see Steve Rogers take first shot, that doesn't go. Good job by Miro to get the offensive rebound. Second chance points for the Instigators. That doesn't go, and Rogers lays out there, almost makes the save, but instead, Instigators come up empty-handed in their first possession. But you got to like that. You want Rogers, the young rookie, getting his first start of his professional career to get comfortable quickly, and he gets the block there. So best way to do that is take a shot and block a shot, Jake, as Steve looks to insert himself into the lineup physically and mentally here. And he's doing a good job of that so far, really active in the three possessions that we've seen. Kings now bringing the ball up. I like these Kings jerseys, the white ones. I liked the black ones too, but I think I actually like the white ones a little bit better. So shout out to the Kings. Nice uniforms. Miss and good tip by Rogers. Miro picks it up and he'll go to Cash Bell. No, the ball goes out of bounds. So that's a 3D for the Kings. Kings are looking to attack quickly and get 3 points. They shoot there, miss. Offensive rebound opportunity. Good defense there by Rogers. And JoJo Hart picks up the ball. So the Instigators stop the 3D opportunity. We're still at 0-0 here, just a couple minutes gone. They call a foul there, so Rogers will go to the line for two. Jake, I got to say, I'm pretty happy with how active Rogers has been to start this game.
Yeah, even though the shots haven't fallen, I do like seeing him take these opportunities and puts up that first free throw. That goes through, puts the first points on the board. But definitely, I think with his first start here, that's what you want to see is him to take that initiative and try to make some plays.
Absolutely, and he got the block early and a couple rebounds and really active on the defensive end as well down low. He's not the biggest guy, but he's got enough size there that he can play down low. So we get a 3D for the Instigators. Dame Wilburn over to JoJo Hart. So now the Instigators will try to capitalize on the 3D rule. A unique rule to the ABA. If it's your first time watching, as we get a 4-point shot there, falls, and we get a timeout by the Kings. We're going to stick with this action, but if you haven't watched ABA action before or you missed our video right before this one tipped off, a 3D rule is when one team loses possession in their own backcourt. And so in that one, which is kind of a rare occurrence, although not as rare as you'd think in the ABA, if you throw it from the backcourt to the front court and it gets taken, like it did there by Miro, that's still a 3D opportunity because you last possessed the ball in the backcourt. So an interesting little wrinkle to the 3D rule that I think will help folks understand the game just a little bit more. So the Kings take a quick timeout, down 6. Instigators look like they're really active to start this quarter and to start this game.
Yeah, definitely a nice start for the Instigators to get on a 6-0 run here. We mentioned earlier that we've seen some slow starts for the Instigators, but hopefully we can continue this.
Yeah, definitely some energy by Captain America on the court, as well as Miro, who's played well down low, getting rebounds and getting a steal. So he misses that one there. Kings come out, though. They hit the bucket, and they'll get the and one opportunity here. Down 6-2. First shot is up. No good. And we see there Rogers gets the rebound and he's fouled. So the Instigators will take the ball out. Hart will bring the ball up. JoJo Hart, team captain. One of the original Instigators still on the roster. You see a nice pass there. Rogers for three. Misses that one. And the Kings get the rebound. Lofty pass there. It finds its target, however. Mitchell passes it out. And down low. Blocked by Miro, however. Great defense by the big man. And a tough basket goes in, but great defense by the Instigators to stop the first shot there. See a couple screens being set. Nice job by Miro, who rolls. Wilburn looking to get involved. He finds Hart. Hart down to Miro. Miro, easy shot, and that bucket goes in for two. Instigators up 8-4. Now a steal. That was a 3D, so that's 3 points. Nice job by Captain America with a pick. Instigators up 11-4 here. Don't see it there, but that's a 3D opportunity for the Kings. That falls, so that's a 4-point shot. Almost stolen again, but luckily Hart keeps it, and he's still got a dribble. He'll use it. Instigators up 3, 11-8. Cash with the mid-range shot. That doesn't go. Miro with the rebound. Gets it stolen, though. Thought he got fouled. I tend to agree with him a little bit there. As we see, the Kings bring the ball up. They put it in, and they pull the score within one, 11-10 here with 8 minutes gone. Or I'm sorry, with about 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. Cash attacks, finds the open man. He swings it over. Miro now will look to dribble. He stops. Finds Rogers open. Rogers already hit one. He misses that one, though, and Instigators maintain possession. 3-pointer by Wilburn, who hit a 4-pointer earlier. He puts that one in. Instigators extend their lead 14-10. Now we see a little bit of pressure from the Instigators. Looks like we got a foul call there. The ball didn't follow us. As everyone moves toward the lane, generally that means, no, they're going to, inbound the ball on the baseline. And we get a media timeout. So we'll take a timeout as well. Instigators up 14-10 here early in Cincinnati, Ohio. We'll be right back after this.
When I built my home, they offered me all kinds of cookie cutter options for my basement, but I had a specific vision. So instead, I called Chris Shepard and his team at Shep's Quality Construction. They worked with me and built my dream basement on my budget. If you have a project that you need done, make sure that you call Shep and his team and see your vision become reality today.
All right, we're back here in the first quarter. Instigators up 4, coming out of our first media timeout. Instigators led by Dame Wilburn with 7 points and Captain America with 5 to start this. So that's 12 of the 14 points by the Instigators. As the Kings swing the ball around. They got the foul call right before the media timeout. 3-pointer. You can't leave people open like that, and it goes in. So one of the things the Instigators have not learned all season, Jake, is that people left open to shoot threes will make threes. As Wilburn gets the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. He misses the first of two. Misses both of them. Instigators still only up one, 14-13 here early in the first quarter. Nearly stolen there by Bell. Instead, a mid-range shot by the Kings. That doesn't go. They get the offensive rebound, however. Shoot the wide open three. That's missed, and Bell will take off and push the issue a little bit here. Down low. Captain America to JoJo Hart. Hart for three, no good. So Instigators, due to some injuries and unavailability, are down to 10 people on the bench for this game. It's not a full bench. Definitely something we're going to have to watch here as the game progresses. And this is the first of a doubleheader. So Instigators in Cincinnati for this game. And then the next day, we'll take on the Nashville Aces in a rematch of a game in which the Instigators upset the top 10 ranked Aces. As we see Bell hit that one there, Instigators tie the game up at 16. So challenging weekend for the Instigators, who are pretty much locked into the top seed of the play-in. Won't be able to make the playoff even if they win both of these games. As that one falls. Captain America over to Hart. Hart challenging the defender here. Instead goes to Rogers. Rogers down low to Miro. Not a great pass, and that's stolen by the Kings. Got to get that down low and in his gut, but Rogers nearly gets the steal. That's a three. Instigators now down 6. 22-16. Under 6 minutes to go here in the quarter. Bell gets blocked. Stolen by the Kings, and the Kings will look to continue to press the advantage here. Good defense there by Dame Wilburn, and Cash gets the rebound. Bell nearly gets the ball taken away from him. It does get tipped, however, and goes out of bounds. It'll remain with Hoosier State. So Damian Wilburn with the inbound. Down low to Miro is going to look to go to work on the post. He fakes one way, goes the other with the hook. It doesn't fall. And now the Kings look to push the ball. Something the Kings are very good at is pushing the ball with pace. They get the bucket there. Rogers with another three. That's off. I'd like to see some Instigators actually on the offensive end there. Everybody was above the three-point line when that shot went. Another three by the Kings, and that'll go out of bounds. As we take a breath here. 4:43 to go in the first quarter. Once again, JoJo Hart brings the ball up. Miro gets blocked, apparently. He thought he got fouled. The referee tells him no. Skaters down 8, 24-16. Miro with a shot, fadeaway, goes in. Nice shot by Miro. Gets this back within 6. Timeout by the Kings. So we'll take a quick timeout as well. We'll be right back after this. 4:18 to go. Instigators 18. The home team, Ohio Kings, 24. We'll be back.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
All right, we're back here in Cincinnati at Cincinnati State. Instigators down 6. Kings take a timeout after being unable to get the ball in from the baseline after the Instigators just hit 2 points. Kings swing the ball around. Looks like Mitchell now looking to get in. Instead, he finds the guy wide open for 3. That's no good. No, they say he stepped out of bounds, so the ball will go to the Instigators here. All right, so we're going to take a media timeout now, apparently. So we'll be back with the last 4 minutes of this quarter right after these messages.
Recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, we returned here to Cincinnati State. Hoosier State Instigators down early as we come out of our final media timeout as the first quarter. We see Avante Nelson has checked in for the Instigators. One of the best scorers for the Instigators all season has been Levante, so it's good to see the veteran presence enter the game here. Hart looking to force the issue. Instead, he'll go to Bell. Bell to Nelson. Nelson thinks about popping the 3. Instead, he'll dribble. No, he'll take the shot. Nearly falls, but instead the Kings get the rebound, and they'll be racing back to their front court. Almost there. We get a foul call on Hoosier State, so the Kings will take it out of bounds. It was ruled on the floor against Captain America. If we get a substitution here. Kings looking to inbound the ball from the baseline. They go down low to the big man. That ball gets blocked. Captain America with another one, and Bell will take it up. Thinking about passing it. Instead, he'll take it himself. Nice job by Bell, and the Instigators cut the lead to 4. And now they will press, and they get a 7-second violation. That'll be a 3D for the Instigators. Knocked out of bounds. Instigators will maintain the ball. One less second in the ABA than the NBA to get across half court. And Kings didn't do it there, and now the Instigators have an opportunity to score an extra point. Bell will go down. He gets fouled, so he'll go to the line for 3. So Bell with his first free throw of the night. And he hits it. The Skaters now up to 21. Bell misses that one. That's a 3rd missed free throw already for the Instigators tonight. Again, something they've struggled with all season. And he hits the second, so 2 of 3 was Bell from the free throw line as we see the deep pass Stolen by the Instigators. That'll be another 3D. 3D is now off as all of that happened. So this is just now a regular possession for the Instigators. Down low, Rogers with the easy bucket. He ties the game up, 24. Oh, no, they did give them a 3D. So it is 25. And there's another one. Instigators missed that opportunity, however, are leading now 25-24. Mitchell for 3. That doesn't go. That one does, however. Kings retake the lead with 2 minutes to go here in the first. Stolen away there by the Kings. Bell went for the tough pass while driving. It doesn't go, and now the Kings get a run. And they're going to call a blocking foul and one there. I couldn't tell if he was in the restricted zone. It was pretty close, and the Kings would go to the line for one free throw. Minute 57 to go. LB checks in for JoJo Hart, who played the entire game up to that point. As they hit that free throw. Skaters will now bring the ball up. Minute 57 to go. Here in the opening quarter. Wilburn for 3. That doesn't go, and it hits the shot clock above, which means the ball is out of bounds. Kings will have to take it out from the baseline. I'm sorry, I just got word. Instigators actually only have 8 players on the bench for this game, Jake, not 10.
Makes a little bit of difference.
Yeah. Can't tell if this has been called for a 3D or not, so we'll see what the score. It was close, but we couldn't hear the ref's call from here, and we can't see the light on the scoreboard, so we'll just have to wait and see when the Instigators score here. 3 by Bell. And that did count for 4, so that was another 3D conversion by the Instigators. The 3D is really what's kept the Instigators in the game. As they get another one here. No, apparently they called a foul on the Instigators. Kings now looking to slow it down. No good, but they get the rebound there and hit the putback. Wilburn out to LB. LB takes a shot. That goes off the rim and off of an Ohio Kings player. The ball will stay with Hoosier State here. 43 seconds to go. Instigators down 2. And we get a timeout, so we'll take one timeout here as the Instigators plan their attack here with 43 seconds to go the first quarter.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
All right, back here, 43 seconds to go. Speaking of Patreon, we'll be debriefing the season this Friday at 9 p.m. on Instigate Success, Building an ABA Franchise, Jake. I'm excited to hop on with you. It's been a while.
It has, yeah. We've got a lot to talk about this season, as we see a steal right there by the Kings.
The bucket goes. Yeah, absolutely. And, here shortly, those Patreon subscribers at that $10 tier or more are going to get the end of season evaluation. It's the same one that the owners like you and I take. It's the same one that the coaches take. It's the same one that the players take. So everybody's got an equal say here. It's all of them are anonymous. As we see a shot was that a shot or a pass? That was quite weird, but it didn't go regardless. And Captain America with the shot, and the Instigators up 34, and that will end the first quarter up 34-33. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll return with second quarter action. Instigators up 1 against the Ohio Kings here in Cincinnati.
When I built my home, they offered me all kinds of cookie cutter options for my basement, but I had a specific vision. So instead, I called Chris Shepard and his team at Shep's Quality Construction. They worked with me and built my dream basement on my budget. If you have a project that you need done, make sure that you call Shep and his team and see your vision become reality today.
All right, second quarter about to get underway. Instigators up 1. Here as the second quarter starts. Really good quarter by the Instigators, particularly offensively, but we saw some flashes on defense as well, Jake.
Yeah, definitely a nice start there for the Instigators. Seen a couple of possessions there where we started going into that 3-point rhythm, and we didn't have anybody crashing down low. But other than that, it was a pretty solid first quarter there.
Absolutely, and it's great that we have these commercial breaks. It gives us a chance to fuel up, but it also gives the Instigators a chance to fuel up and hydrate as well. And Dave, Big Dave, is our hydration provider. We've talked about Dave Rogers modifications quite a bit, but Dave Rogers, the handyman of the Instigators, the guy that provides water for the team, keeps us going. Contact him about any project you have, and he'll get you going as well. So reach out to Dave Rogers Modification today. Missed shot there by the Instigators, still holding on to a 1-point lead. Wide open 3, however, and that goes. Story of our life, Jake. Wide open 3, bang, by the opposing team. Down 2. Shot by a Cash Bell hits his 3. Instigators retake the lead and what's becoming a back and forth affair. You see the inbound there by the Kings. They'll take another 3. That doesn't go. Rebounded, however, and that will. Instigators got to stop the offensive rebounds here in this game if they want to compete with the Kings. Instigators a little undermanned. No Tyler and no Chuck down low. 2 guys that have helped us a lot, along with Joe Bird not here as well. So Instigators lacking on size quite a bit in this game. Which means someone else is going to have to step up and box out for those rebounds. Kings think about passing it. He's kind of stuck in no man's land. Finally does find someone to pass to. Ball nearly stolen by Wilburn, the player with the lead that leads the team, and steals this season. As the Kings hit another 3. And this is what you can't let the Kings do. If they get hot and start making 3s, they will not stop. So the Instigators got to buckle down on defense, particularly on the perimeter. Nelson for 3. That doesn't go. Kings with a little bit of a mix-up there, but they handle it fine. We get a foul on Greg Hardiman, wearing the iconic Frosty Zero jersey for this game. As we see Miro check in here. Miro got a well-deserved breather and now gets back in the game to be that interior defense that we sorely need. For those of you watching this on YouTube, make sure you check out Apex Athletic Collective's Twitch page as well, where we stream a lot of stuff in the offseason, not basketball related. Got a new show we're going to announce soon. Actually, 2 new shows, Jake, we're going to announce soon that'll kick off sometime in April. So I'm excited for both of them. I don't want to give too much away now, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward. Anytime we can put out some more content and build that Apex Athletic brand, it's definitely something I look forward to.
Absolutely. One thing I can announce is coming back starting in April is we're going to bring back Amateur Night for its 2nd season. This year we're going to focus, at least to start, on the Pendleton Penguins Men's Recreational Baseball League. I'm excited for that one. But if you have amateur sports clips that you want to show, make sure you reach out to us. We're happy to broadcast them and comment on them with what limited knowledge we have of every sport, much like we do here for the Instigators, Jake. Shot goes in there for the Kings. You know, we'd hoped to get some Penguins content last year. It didn't work out. We ended up with the IBL Pro-Am. That league was fun to watch our Instigators in. So, you know, more details on what the Instigators may or may not be doing in this off season to gear up for next season as well. Kings for 3, wide open again. That doesn't go. Nice rebound by Wilburn. He'll bring the ball up. He finds LB. Boyd to the hoop. Tough shot. Doesn't go. Instead, the Kings pick it up. 4 minutes gone here in the 2nd quarter in a tightly contested game. Another 3 by the Kings. That falls. Instigators down 7 here, 46-39. Just under 8 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Hardiman for 3. That doesn't go. Good screen there by the Kings. Mid-range shot. Mitchell killed us with mid-range shots last game. He hits that one. One of the best mid-range shooters I've seen in any league, but especially the ABA. As Hardiman is open down low, misses the shot on the layup, and nothing's going right offensively for the Instigators here. You get a travel call. Hoosier State will bring the ball in. JoJo Hart checks in for Wilburn. And we're going to hit our first media timeout. So Instigators down 48-39. We'll be back right after this with more Instigators action here on the Instigators YouTube page and Apex Athletics Twitch page.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
Back here, 7:20 to go in the 2nd quarter. Instigators down 9. As we've seen the Ohio Kings come out hot here in the 2nd quarter, making tons of shots, and frankly, the Instigators not seeing an offense that's nearly as lively as the one we saw in the 1st quarter. And the Instigators went from up 1 to down 9 pretty quickly. So let's see if they can rebound coming out of that media timeout here. And JoJo Hart throws the ball away. First chance the Instigators have. Now we get a foul on Hardiman, and that'll be on the floor. So the ball will be taken out of bounds to the side here for the Kings. And out here by the Kings, they'll work the ball around now. Good ball movement. Shot goes up. No good. As you see, Lawrence Boyd, the other outstanding rookie on this Instigators team, get the ball. And now he'll look to do something with it on the offensive end. A little half spin, step through, goes in. Nice job by Boyd to get to the basket. Instigators get within 7, 41-48. As we nearly get the steal there. And now we do. No, the Kings get the ball back. Sorry. Tipped it over the backcourt line, but the Kings are able to wrestle it back, and now they'll set up their offense and try to get a bucket out of what's been a really sloppy possession. That'll be a foul on JoJo Hart. First shot goes there for the Kings. So we get some substitutions here for the last shot of this foul. That goes up and it's in. And Skaters back down 9. Nelson down low. Boyd with the turnaround, doesn't go. Kings get the rebound, and now they'll take it one-on-one here. Good defense there by Miro. Rebound, though, by the Kings. And they get the putback on the second chance opportunities, which are just killing the Instigators here. They were in the first quarter, but they really are here in the second quarter as Hardiman takes the 3. That doesn't go. Good 2-on-1 there by the Kings to get the easy bucket. And they stretch the lead to 13. So already the Kings over 50 points, 5 minutes to go in this quarter, Jake. Instigators got to figure out how to play some defense. Another miss there, and that goes off Hoosier State, and will stay with the Kings. Ball's inbounded there. Shot goes up. Too easy. Touches every part of the rim and then goes in. And Skaters now down 15. Rogers for 3. That doesn't go. Kings get the rebound. Instigators can't buy a bucket here. Scored, I think, 5 points, Jake, here in this quarter. Greg Hardiman with the mid-range shot. That doesn't go. Rogers tries to get the rebound. It goes off on the Kings. And we'll stay with Hoosier State here. 4:24 to go in the half. Hoosier State down 17 points after having just an abysmal second quarter. JoJo Hart loses the possession. Blocked there by Captain America. Greg Hardiman kicks it over to Hart. Hart goes up for the layup. He misses, and the Kings get the ball back. 3-on-2 here. Shot goes up. No good, but the Kings get the rebound. And they'll reset their possession. 3-point attempt by the Kings. No good. Miro with the rebound. Miro's fouled. He'll take the ball out of bounds. as we get a media timeout here. So we will take a timeout with them. Right now, Hoosier State 41, Ohio Kings 58, and Cincinnati State. We'll be back right after this.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
All right, Instigators inbound the ball here. Looking to turn around what's been a terrible quarter in which they've only scored, I believe, 5 or 6 points. I think we had 35 at the end of the first quarter. Is that right, Jake? Backdoor pass. Nice job by Miro. He finds Rogers. Rogers puts the bucket in. Instigators hit a bucket. Sorely needed bucket, I will say, too. No good there as Miro gets the rebound. Miro finds Hart wide open. Hart down low to Miro. Miro gets blocked. Kings look to push it. That's a foul by Hart, and they'll go to the line for 2. They hit the first 2 free throws to extend their lead. Second one falls. So 2 of 2 from the line there. And Skaters now down 17. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Miro gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. This is the first one. Miro hits the second shot there. The Skaters now at 44, 2 minutes to go. Still in single digits for the quarter. Kings drive. Floater goes. Nelson for 3. That doesn't go. Miro with the rebound. He goes up and in. Instigators down 16. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the half. Foul on Miro there. He'll be on the ground. Kings will take the ball out of bounds. Minute 38 to go. Up 62-46. Three-point goes. Once again, another wide open three, and the Kings sink it. 65-46 now. Cash with the shot. Alley-oop doesn't go. They get the rebound. Tough shot. Miro gets the rebound, and he'll bring the ball up now. Passes it forward to Nelson. Nelson goes up. Nice job by Captain America to get the ball. He misses. Miro with the rebound. He goes over to Hart. Hart for three. That goes. 49-65. 45 seconds to go here in the quarter. Missed layup by the Kings. That's rare. And Instigators now look to score. Maybe get a 2-for-1 opportunity here. Instead, they'll turn the ball over and get no opportunity. And the Kings miss the layup, but get the trailing guy on the offensive rebound. That goes in. 16 seconds to go. Instigators will hold for the last shot. Over to Nelson. Nelson for three. That falls. Two seconds, and that'll be halftime. So we'll take a quick commercial break. Then we'll break down everything we saw in the first half. We'll be back right after this. All right, Jake, we're back here in the studio apartment. Another tough quarter for the Instigators. Down 67-52. What'd you see there?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot more of the same we've seen, especially last week as well. Just the inconsistency from quarter to quarter. Obviously, we got a little bit of a lack on the bench today. You know, we mentioned that we have 8 players, so I'm sure that plays a key in it as well. But we've got to make sure we're closing out the shots. You just can't let open 3-point shots. We've seen that all season, and it's gonna kill us every time that happens. But when shots aren't falling our way and we're allowing open shots, it's not a recipe for success.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and we're not, you know, the one positive I'll take away, we're not turning the ball over like we used to.
That's true.
You know, we're not turning it over, but we're still missing free throws. We're still taking just quick shots that aren't falling, and then just not closing out at all. Our interior defense has been okay, at least on shots. On rebounds, it's been terrible, which is something we've seen all year. Getting out-rebounded under our own basket over and over and over again is just killing us. And to your point, you know, we scored a ton of points, played really well in that first quarter, although not well defensively, but playing well offensively covered up for it. In the second quarter, we didn't, right? And then I feel like we played the same level of defense, and so they ended up scoring just as many points. So at the end of the day, we got to figure out how to make adjustments. We got to figure out how to be more consistent. One of the challenges I know going into this game, besides only having 8 players, is we've had fewer players been able to make practice. And so now we're seeing what that looks like in real time. A lot of times we're playing, 4 guards and a small forward as our lineup because that's what we got, which is making things really difficult for folks. But that, those challenges aren't what's leading to what looks like, to me, poor effort on the defensive end on closing out 3-point shots. And so, at some point we got to take a little pride, get on a little bit of a run here. We know we're playing a good team. We also know that being down 15 isn't a big deal in the ABA. and one solid run coming out of the half could get us right back in the game. So that's what I'm hoping for. In order for us to do that, though, I think we got to play defense and we got to attack the basket and stop shooting so many threes and get somebody hot. We got to do the thing that every other ABA team does against us that we never do. Get someone cooking and start getting them the ball over and over and over again. So hopefully that will happen rather than, it felt like everyone took about the same number of shots. Even though, like, you come out of that first quarter, the two guys that were scoring the most, Dame and Captain America, to me, you focus the offense until they're not hot anymore. But instead, we go away from them. They cool down when they get back in. They're not making shots anymore, and we're just not doing anything. So frustrating to say the least, but it's only halftime, so we can be optimistic. I think we can come back and win this game, Jake. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And the other thing we saw a lot in the first quarter was the 3D opportunities, and that is a key in the ABA and any ABA matchup. If you can take advantage of those 3D opportunities and make, a good percentage of the conversion on those, that is going to be another key for success. And especially when you're down, that is the easiest way to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to head back out to Cincinnati State. That's our halftime show from the studio apartment. We'll see you guys on the other end, hopefully celebrating an Instigators W. We'll be back right after this.
When I built my home, they offered me all kinds of cookie cutter options for my basement. But I had a specific vision, so instead, I called Chris Shepard and his team at Shep's Quality Construction. They worked with me and built my dream basement on my budget. If you have a project that you need done, make sure that you call Shep and his team and see your vision become reality today.
All right, we're back here, just about ready to start the second half here at Cincinnati State. We'll see if the Instigators come back down 15 right now, 67-52. I believe they'll start with the ball. And they will. So the second half underway here. Wilburn, Nelson, Stoffel, Rogers, and Bell to start here. As Miro Stoffel misses the first shot. Instigators need to put together some stops here early in the third quarter to change the momentum of this game, which is 100% with the Ohio Kings right now. Ball nearly blocked. They'll call a foul there over the back. That's an interesting call from that angle. And they called that a shooting foul. Okay. So the Kings will get 2 free throws here. First one's no good. Kings missing free throws, not something we saw in the first half. It's good to see them miss one here. So they miss both, and the Instigators get the rebound. So they do get a defensive stop, although they get it there the hard way. As Bell now attacks, he finds Rogers. Exactly what we were talking to. Rogers is unable to convert, however. And the Instigators still have not scored here in this half, although neither of the Kings. So we're right where we were, 67-52. Air ball there. Rare air ball by Mitchell, and the Instigators look to push. Get the foul there. Let's see if they call it in the act of shooting. They will. So LB, Lawrence Boyd will get 2 free throws here. First one goes in. Second one falls, so the Instigators cut the lead down, 67-54 now, 11 minutes to go. Only a minute gone here in the third quarter. Tough shot there. Ball able to be saved by Damian Wilburn. Unfortunately, it goes right to a Kings player, and they get the easy bucket. Down low to Bell. Bell gets the shot. Nice job by Cash Bell. The Instigators hit another one. Shot goes in. Kings now 71-56. Get the foul on Miro. He'll go to the line for two. So Miro Stoffel back to the line. Good give and go there. A little bit of a screen and go action there by Miro. Gets him open on the roll. He'll go to the line for two. As they missed the shot. That bucket goes in. Shot goes up, another mid-range shot by Mitchell. That doesn't go. The Instigators get the rebound. Nice job by Bell. He goes down low to Rogers. Rogers misses the shot, but Boyd with the rebound. He kicks it out to Bell, and Bell hits the three. The Instigators have cut the lead down to 11, 71-60. Kings look to penetrate. They'll go up. Instead, we'll get called for the foul, and the bucket will count. So they'll go for the and one opportunity here. That goes in. And the Kings extend their lead back to 14 with that three-point play. Bell over to Boyd. Boyd looking for some space. He'll attack. He gets it over to Bell. Bell with another bucket. That goes in. So Cash Bell looking like he's starting to heat up a little bit. My hope is the Instigators ride somebody that's willing to carry this team offensively. And they call the foul again on the Instigators. So Mitchell will go to the line for two. So hit that shot. Extend their lead to 13, 75-62. Wilburn down low to Miro. Miro kicks it out. Captain America for three. That goes. Quite the game by Captain America so far in his very first start as a professional basketball player. He hits the three there. That shot's no good. They get their rebound, however. That goes in. And Skaters can't trade baskets here. They got to start getting a couple stops to get this lead down from 13-14 down into single digits. Bell for three. That doesn't go. Miro almost gets the rebound. Instead, the Kings do, and they'll bring it up at pace. So they'll go right to the basket. And why not? It's worked for them. They've either gotten a bucket or a foul every time they go down there. Fade away, mid-range shot by Mitchell. That falls. Instigators down 15. 7:28 to go here in the third quarter. LB takes a shot. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. And we'll go to a media timeout. We'll be back right after this with more Hoosier State Instigators action here on our YouTube channel for the Hoosier State Instigators and streaming on Twitch for the Apex Athletic Collective. We'll be back right after this.
Tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryo.
All right, back here, third quarter, 7:15 to go. Instigators down 15, 65-80. Instigators take the court here. They'll have 2 free throws for Lawrence Boyd. Boyd hits that one. So Instigators now down 13. Looking to make a run here. 7 minutes to go, but it's going to have to come with some stops, particularly from this man who gets to the line or makes the shot. It seems like every possession. Mitchell, number 5. Good defense that time. The Instigators get the ball on the turnover. Pass it up quick. Nobody touches the ground with the ball is the way it should be. Dame Wilburn gets the bucket. He slips there trying to play a little bit of defense. Hopefully he's okay. As you see a carry call on the Kings. That's a quick throw in for the Instigators. Another ABA rule. Miro down low. He gets fouled, and he'll go up for 2. So a chance to cut this down to single digits, Jake. Instigators down 11. It looks like the Instigators will be taking this out. From the baseline. Looks like it was going to be 2 free throws, but they ruled that he was not shooting the ball. So instead, the Instigators will inbound the ball here. Find Boyd wide open for 3. He misses. Got a foul call there. It looked more like a push-off to me from that angle, but they call it on the Instigators. Instead, the Kings will inbound the ball. The Kings go down low. Miro on defense. Shot goes in over him, however. The Kings extend their lead. Up 13. And we get a timeout with the Instigators, so we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back right after this with more Instigators basketball.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind-the-scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, we're back at Cincinnati State. 6 minutes to go. Instigators down 13, 69-82. And Instigators just called timeout, so they'll be getting the ball. As we wait for this to get underway here. The Skaters inbound the ball. Cash down low to Miro. Miro takes it up. He's 2-on-1. Still gets the bucket. Nice job by Miro on the post as he makes it an 11-point game. Under 6 to go now in the third quarter. Foul on the Instigators. Again, so like we said, it seems like every time number 5, Mitchell, touches the ball, it's either a foul or a bucket. As we see the bucket go there for the Kings. And the second falls. So the Instigators now go up quick. Instead, they turn it over. That's a 3D now for the Instigators. Can't tell if it went or not. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it did. So 71-84. No, it looks like they say it did not go. Okay. 71-84. Instigators down 13. Once again, another foul call. It's already 6 fouls on the Instigators. As that one misses, and Vontae Nelson with the rebound. And Skaters down 14. Ball gets tipped, goes out of bounds. Hoosier State will maintain possession. Easy pass there to Nelson. Nelson swings it over to Boyd. Boyd with the mid-range shot. That falls. And Skaters down 12. Stolen by Nelson. Instigators have a 4-on-1 here. Instead, they missed the shot. They'll have to reset their offense here. And we get the foul. Wilburn fouled going through the lane. He'll inbound the ball. Tried to argue there he was going for the shot. I don't see it, but can't blame a guy for trying. Boyd looks to go in. He gets fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2. A lot of fouls called by both teams in this quarter. As Boyd hits the first bucket. Second one goes. Instigators down 10, 85-75. That bucket goes. Once again, both teams trading buckets. Instigators making a little bit of ground here in the third quarter. Obviously, we're down 17 at one point. Now it's only 12 and make it 9 as the Instigators get the 3 from Vontae Nelson when they needed it. Another foul on the Instigators, this time a reaching foul. As we get a media timeout here, 3:48 to go. Instigators down 78-87 here in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this.
When I built my home, they offered me all kinds of cookie cutter options for my basement. But I had a specific vision, so instead, I called Chris Shepard and his team at Shep's Quality Construction. They worked with me and built my dream basement on my budget. If you have a project that you need done, make sure that you call Shep and his team and see your vision become reality today.
$3:48 to go here. Kings just got the foul call, so they'll inbound the ball from the far side. Mitchell gets the pass, and he'll look to set up the Kings offense. He'll shoot a 3 there, wide open, doesn't go, and JoJo Hart, who just checked in, gets the rebound. Hart with the bounce pass all the way across court, finds Nelson. Nelson misses it, however, and now we get a jump ball there. So I think that will stay with the Kings. It will. Kings up 9. Cincinnati's done a good job of drawing fouls here. They'll shoot the 3, however, this time, and that falls. 3 minutes to go, and Skaters down 12. Nelson with the 3, though. He answers right back with a 3 of his own. He's looking to get a little hot as well. Kings go down low, feeling like they got the mismatch on the post. Good defense, though, by Nelson. And Nelson gets the rebound. He kicks it out, finds JoJo Hart. JoJo will press it. He gets it down to Bell. I'm sorry, that's Boyd. Boyd kicks it out to Miro Stoffel. Stoffel for 3. That falls. All of a sudden, the Instigators are only down 6 after being down 17 at one point in the second quarter. 2 minutes to go in this quarter. Good spin move there. Down low, easy shot. Misses the putback. And now they'll call a foul. So the big man gets rewarded for 2 terrible shots. He gets bailed out by a foul. They'll go to the line for 2. First one goes in. Leads back up to 7. That one goes in. 8-point lead. Instigators down 84-92 with under 2 minutes to go now here in the third quarter. Stoffel, who's got better handles than you'd think from a big man, does a good job. Gets the pass to Bell, who puts it in. Nice job by Stoffel and Bell to get the bucket. Instigators answer right back and bring the lead back down to a 6-point margin. 3-point shot by the Kings. That's no good. Offensive rebound, however. That's no good. And Bell gets the rebound. He kicks it up. He finds Nelson. Nelson stops and pops for the 3. That doesn't go. Boyd nearly gets the rebound. Nelson does. He goes back to Boyd. Boyd for 3. That's no good. And the Kings get the rebound. They're going to look to push the issue as well. A little sloppy there, but they get it into the front court, and they'll attack now on offense. Bounce pass on the cutting man, and Mitchell hits it. Miro slow it down now, telling folks to cut. No one's going, however. Bell goes up. He finds Miro. Miro misses the shot, just a little too strong. And Mitchell will push the pace for the Kings. He's going to take it up, and that goes in. Three-pointer off there. Mitchell with the shot. That goes in. You can't leave him open in the mid-range. Instigators do, and we're under 25 seconds to go. $13 seconds. Looks like the Instigators will hold for the last shot. Down to Miro. Bad pass by Hart. Kings are going to try to get the bucket, and they do there as time will expire here in the third quarter. Instigators down 14, 86-100. Lost all that momentum they had there in the last minute. We'll be back right after this to continue with Instigators action here on our YouTube channel and the Apex Athletic Collective Twitch channel.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
Recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, Jake, we're here in the fourth quarter. What the Instigators need to do, they had the momentum for a minute, got it down to a 6-point game, and now back down 14.
just need to finish it out here. Play some good defense. We were worried about Mitchell coming in. The other Mitchell, he's not playing, but Kevin definitely stepped up today.
Yeah, absolutely. And he torched us last game as well, so it's no surprise there, which is part of what is really frustrating about how good of a player he is he's coming and you still can't stop him. JoJo down to Miro. That was a tough pass. Miro tried to make it. Instead, he missed. And the Kings will bring it up. Shot goes up. Does not go in. Instigators get the stop, and now they need a bucket real bad. Boyd misses. He tries to get his rebound. Misses. Kick out wide open as Mitchell. He'll go up for the layup, and that falls. Instigators down 16 now. Boyd gets the shot. We have an injury here. Can't see who it is. Looks like it's Levante Nelson. He's okay, so I think we're good to go. So Miro will come out here. Miro's played a lot of minutes today as a big man, which we've needed every single one of them to stay in this game as the Kings bring the ball up. Up 14. The shot is good. Nelson for three. That falls. Shot goes up, and that falls. So once again, trading buckets here. Instigators down 15. JoJo Hart over to Nelson. Nelson for three. That falls. Uh-oh. Look out for that man. Levante Nelson hitting buckets to start the fourth quarter. Nelson in that untelevised Kings game, or I'm sorry, Lions game, was the catalyst for the Instigators win there and major upset against the Lions, and he's looking to do the same here. That dunk does not count. Foul on the floor. Kings will bring the ball out. Already 2 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Screen there by the Kings, looking for the open shot. Instead, they'll go down low. Nelson taking on the big man. He's done a great job on the defensive end the entire game, and he does there as well. 3-point shot by Nelson. That's a heat check, and it'll go. Instigators back within 9, 106-97, and the Kings will take a timeout. We'll take one right with them as the Instigators look to claw back in this one. We'll be back right after this. All right, we're back here. Instigators down 9, 106-97 here. Coming out firing, and it's been one man, Levante Nelson, hitting buckets for the Instigators. Kings bring the ball up here. Looking to extend their lead back to double digits where it's been most of the game. As Nelson gets the steal, he'll do a little spin-a-rooney there, find Captain America who misses the layup. He's out of bounds now, so that'll go back to the Kings. He's got to dunk that ball there, Jake. As we see a foul there on Wilburn, who felt like it was clean. Instead, he'll get tagged with another foul, and the Kings will inbound it here and maintain possession under their own hoop. Shot by the Kings. That looked like it got maybe deflected a little bit. Regardless, it doesn't go, and now JoJo Hart will bring the ball up for the Instigators. Boyd misses the shot. Ball gets blocked and goes out of bounds. We'll stay with the Instigators. Nice pass by Hart. Boyd misses, however. Rebound by Wilburn. Out to Nelson. Ball goes off the 24-second clock. But that's kind of what I'm talking about, Jake, is, Nelson was red hot before the media timeout, or before that timeout, and how many Instigators have taken a shot in between his last make and that shot? Got to find a way to prioritize getting the playmakers the ball when it's crunch time and when they're hot.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I mean, we saw how much of a momentum the swing we had when Tay was hitting all those shots back in a row.
Nice shot there by Boyd. He'll go to the line for two.
And I think that's been one of the differences this year with the Instigators is we haven't seen as much of like the big dunks to swing the momentum. I think a lot of our momentum swings this year has been with hot shooters from the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. And then unfortunately we go away from them too quickly. And then, they have to gain the momentum back. So Nelson with the ball here, though. It's on the screen. There we go. He takes the three. That falls. That's exactly what we're talking about. Give it to the hot shooter. He makes the shot there. And the Instigators down 8, 100 to 108 or to 108. Ball gets tipped around. Kings get it and put it in. They extend the lead back to 10. Boyd gets it. He finds Wilburn. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line for two. And we hit a media timeout, so we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. Instigators down 110-100 here with 7:28 to go.
When I built my home, they offered me all kinds of cookie cutter options for my basement. But I had a specific vision, so instead, I called Chris Shepard and his team at Shep's Quality Construction. They worked with me and built my dream basement on my budget. If you have a project that you need done, make sure that you call Shep and his team and see your vision become reality today.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
All right, back here, 7:28, Instigators the line for two, hoping to make this a single-digit lead again for the Kings. And what's been a really hot shooting quarter for the Instigators. Wilburn makes the first one, so it is indeed a 9-point game. Instigators back into a single-digit deficit here in the fourth quarter. They hit both of them, so they're only down 8 here as the Kings bring the ball up. And Wilburn with the rebound. Pump fake by Hart. Hart will shoot the 3 on the step back. That goes. Instigators down 5. As we see Mitchell go to the hoop. That gets blocked by Nelson. Rebounded, though, by the Kings. They'll look for a shot here. Hesitates. Shot goes up there. That's an air ball. Kings will try to save it, but it'll go right to Wilburn. Kicks over to Boyd, and the Instigators are moving. 3-pointer by Rogers. That's off of Nelson, and it'll stay with, or it'll go to the Kings. I'm sorry. Instigators down 5, 6:23 to go. Kings bring the ball in. They'll work their way up here, slowing it down a little bit. Mismatch there for the Kings. They'll kick it around, get the wide open corner 3. That doesn't fall. Nelson with the rebound. He goes over to Captain America. Captain America back to Dame. Dame over, swinging it fast. JoJo Hart for 3. That doesn't fall, and the Kings get the rebound. Once again, they'll slow it down. A little surprised with the Kings slowing it down here, considering that when they've gone at pace, they've been really successful, especially against a team with only 8 players. As Mitchell hits another mid-range shot. Dunk by Lawrence Boyd. Instigators make it a 5-point lead once again here with 5:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Kings looking to hang on here, but momentum's clearly with the Instigators. Down 16 to start this quarter. Or 14, I'm sorry. Bucket is missed. Rebound by the Kings, and that goes in. Hart makes the bucket. Instigators trading bucket for bucket here, down 5. To the hoop. He'll get fouled, however. He'll go to the line for 2. That's foul on Captain America. Kings will go to the line for 2. First shot, that falls. So extend their lead to 6. Boyd now brings the ball up, kicks it over to Captain America. Steve Rogers over to Vontae Nelson, who's been the hot hand this quarter. As we see Greg Hardiman has checked in for the Instigators. Nelson misses the 3. 3-point attempt blocked from behind by Boyd. Nelson out to Captain America, who gets fouled. No, they say he touched the ball, but it doesn't matter. It goes in regardless. Instigators back down 5. 4 minutes to go in this one. 3-point attempt, no good by the Kings. Rebounded by Boyd, and Boyd's going to look to attack. Boyd goes straight to the hoop. He gets it in. The Instigators close it down to a 3-point game here as we fall under 4 to go. And now the Instigators will provide pressure. They'll call a blocking foul on Damian Wilburn, and Kings will go to the line for 2. Media timeout here, so we'll take a quick timeout. Last media timeout of the game. Instigators down just 3:49 to go. We'll be back right after this.
After a tough game, recovery is everything. At Fisher's Cryotherapy, the official cryotherapy provider for the Hoosier State Instigators, I use whole body cryo to reduce inflammation and recover faster. For injuries, their targeted treatments get me back in action. And when I want to look and feel my best, the cryofacial and infrared sauna do the trick. Fisher's Cryotherapy, my go-to for recovery. Book your session today.
All right, Instigators fans, welcome back. If you're just tuning into this one, story of the game, Instigators down 17, as much as 17 in the first quarter, as much as 14 in the fourth quarter, and have stormed back to make this a 3-point game. Most of those points coming from a run led by Cash Bell and Miro Stoffel in the third quarter, and then really spearheaded here by Vontae Nelson in the fourth quarter, who's hitting threes like it's nobody's business. So Instigators here in a game where they were down 15 and a half are looking to claw back into this one. The Kings, however, will go to the free throw line for 2 shots after a blocking foul called on Steve Rogers. So they'll look to extend their lead into a 2-score game. Although 5 points isn't really a 2-score game given the right scenario, Jake.
Yeah, technically you have that 5-point play.
So they hit the first one, and that makes it 4 points. We don't have to worry about a 5-point play here. Plenty of time, even with both of these going in for the Instigators to claw back. And they do both go in, so the Instigators will go to work here. Nelson over to Wilburn. Wilburn's been playing really well as well, running the point in this game. Wilburn over to Nelson, nearly stolen. Instead, Nelson saves the ball. He's going to go over to Hardiman. Hardiman swings it to LB, who gets another dunk. Nice dunk by Lawrence Boyd, the rookie, his second of the quarter, and the Instigators back down only 3, a 1-possession game here with 3:22 to go. Mitchell going to work. He's had a hell of a game. He gets it underneath, blocked, maybe tipped a little bit, but it goes in nonetheless as Rogers takes off down the court. He's going to slow down, wait for reinforcements. Wise move by him. Gets it to Wilburn and nearly loses it. Instead goes to Boyd. LB with a little shake and bake there as he almost loses the ball, but good job by Rogers to get it. Looks like we'll get a jump ball. That'll stay with the Instigators here. There's a conversation about whether or not that is a jump ball. It is, and apparently it'll go to the Kings. Thought possession arrow was with the Instigators, but instead they're giving it to the Kings. So Instigators now down 5, need a defensive stop with 2:47 to go. As the Kings look to slow it down again. Shot goes up. That doesn't fall. Rare miss by Kevin Mitchell. We'll get another opportunity. And he'll pass it right to Lawrence Boyd, who nearly gets fouled. Instead, he finds Nelson. Nelson for 3. That doesn't go, and the Kings get the rebound. As you see, Greg Hardiman just kind of standing there. Not sure what happened on the other end. Looks like probably a foul on the Instigators as the Kings will take the ball inbound. Hardiman on Mitchell. It's a tough assignment for Hardiman. He gets called for the foul right away. Instigators will allow another inbound here. Still only down 5, 2 minutes to go. But the Kings with possession. Looks like he almost stepped out of bounds there, but the ref's right there. Good eyes on him. Kings with a turnaround J. That doesn't go. They get the offensive rebound, which has killed the Instigators all game, and it did there. Now down 7, a minute 50 to go. Nice save by Hardiman on a dangerous pass. He gets fouled. Hardeman will go to the line for 2. As Hardeman hits the first one. Instigators down 6. Still plenty of time in this game, especially for a 2-possession game. 1:47 to go here in the 4th quarter. Hardeman misses the second, nearly gets the rebound. Instead, the Kings do. They call a jump ball. This one's going to go with the Instigators here. So Hoosier State will get another possession here after missing the free throw. Try to close a 6-point gap down. Another foul, and Greg Hardeman will go to the line for 2. First one falls. The Skaters got it back within 5. It's now a 4-point game. The closest the Instigators have been since the 2nd quarter. Minute 35 to go. Kings are definitely going to take their time here. Look for the right shot. Once again, Hardeman on Mitchell. Mitchell just blows right by Hardeman like he's standing still because he was. And the Instigators get the rebound. Hardeman over to Wilburn. He hits the bucket. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game with a minute to go. Face defense for the Instigators putting the pressure on. They're going to call a foul on Boyd. He must have reached. As the Kings will inbound the ball here. And we get a full timeout. So we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back right after this with the conclusion of this game. Instigators down 2 with a minute 7 to go. We'll be right back.
Hey fans, it's Frosty, co-owner of the Hoosier State Instigators. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, but I want to take just a few seconds to let you know about our fan voter tier on our Patreon. There you can find all kinds of cool stuff like behind the scenes footage of practices and tryouts, early access to games and podcasts, and much, much more. On top of that, you become an official fan voter of the Hoosier State Instigators, where you can make key decisions in running the franchise. Things such as what uniforms do we wear, who stays, who goes at the end of the season, evaluate the players and coaches, and make decisions that will impact this franchise for a long time. So this is your chance to get off the bleachers and into the boardroom with us, the Hoosier State Instigators, at www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective. Hope to see you there.
All right, here we go. Kings about to inbound the ball up to 122 to 120 in a really close game, Jake. Let's see how this one plays out. Pass goes over the Kings. Kings bring it up now. Inbounding in the backcourt honestly helped them because they were able to shave a little bit off the clock. As we see, Greg has checked out and Miro has checked in. We get a foul now on the Kings. Or I'm sorry, on the Instigators. They'll go to the line for 2. No, they'll inbound. Tipped by LB off of the Kings. Nice try by Miro Stoffel there to get the ball. Unfortunately, it just bounced off him before it hit the ground. As Wilburn tries for the steal. 3-pointer by the Kings. That's no good. Rebounded. No, it goes out of bounds. The Instigators will maintain possession. Or get possession, I'm sorry. 47 seconds to go, down 2 with a chance to tie the game. And they're bringing it up here. So Wilburn will run the point. Good screen there by Stoffel. Down low off of Miro. Looked like he was held. Could only get one hand to the ball. Doesn't get the call, however. Now the Kings will get fouled. I believe that'll put them in the bonus, so they'll go to the line for 2. So that's the 8th foul on the Instigators. It should put the Kings on the line. No, instead they're going to have the Kings take it out of bounds. So a second week in a row, Jake. As we get a timeout, we're going to stick with this one. It's the second week in a row where the referees misapply the rule on the bonus. And in this case, generally, I don't want the other team to shoot free throws, don't get me wrong. But this gives them a chance to run 17 seconds off the clock unless the Instigators foul, when really no time should be run off the clock. But once again, referees don't know the rules in the ABA.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of the things we'll be covering in the season debrief on Friday night's episode of the podcast.
And while we're taking this time, we might as well mention, because it's a cool thing. Use code Apex Athletics at checkout at Dubby. To get your energy drink. It's Creator Appreciation Week, so this will actually give you 30% off, Jake, not 10%. So I'll be hitting the W store right after this.
Yeah, I think I'll have to join you on that.
So once again, Kings will wrongfully inbound this ball. Our only hope is that they take a quick shot and miss it, Jake. Otherwise, at this point, time is a little bit more valuable than the free throws, because even 2 free throws made here means that it's a 1-possession game. Miro with the block there, so the Instigators with 13 seconds to go nearly turn it over. Instead, Boyd gets fouled. Instigators will inbound the ball here with 10 seconds to go, down 2. Timeout, Instigators. Once again, we're going to stick with this one all the way through, Jake. This is a good thing about not being televised on TV, is we get to decide when the commercials happen, and we don't want them to happen right now because this game's close as hell.
Yeah.
Both teams huddling up here. So even still, they got to run additional 7 seconds off the clock, but they didn't score, so in this case, I think it comes out in our favor that they didn't shoot free throws. But again, it's just unacceptable how many times we've seen rules misused by referees in these games this season.
Yeah, definitely something we want to see standardized across the league. But if you're the Instigators in this situation, you got to draw up a good play here. You're down 2, so you can either go for the tie, go into overtime, or if you're feeling confident, maybe with how Tay's been shooting, you might draw up a 3-point play here.
Yeah, that's exactly if I were the coach in this situation, we'd absolutely be working a Tay corner 3-point shot opportunity as the first option, and then down low to Miro if that's not open. Tay for 3, just like we said, that's off. Boyd with the miss. Miro with the miss, so the Instigators just barely lose this one. 122 to 120. What a finish. 3 shots at it. The Instigators couldn't get to fall. We'll be back right after this to break down everything we saw here with the Instigators. back here in the studio apartment. Jake, what an ending to what ended up being a hell of a game. Tay with the 3, the look we wanted. LB with the putback attempt. Miro with the putback attempt. Unfortunately, the Instigators come up short. What are your takeaways from that game?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think that's a that's the opportunity you want at the end of the game. It's not that it was a bad shot or anything; it just bounced the wrong way. But I love that this team, even though we're inconsistent, we always fight. So we had the double-digit deficit there, but we pulled together, went on that run, and eventually came back there in the fourth. And that's what you want to see. Obviously, we want to be more consistent, close out on some of these plays, not allow those offensive rebounds, and the open threes. But overall, I mean, when you're down like that, to come back, that's a good ending for the game. Almost getting our first win against the Kings.
Yeah, they fought the whole way through again. I think you hit the nail on the head. Inconsistency, we know that, but we also know this team fights. Really proud of the players on the court, and I thought they did a good job. I think, one thing that surprised me about this game, both in the moment and watching it now, our leading scorer of the game, can you guess who it was?
I feel like it would be Tay, but
Tay was second.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tay was second. It was actually Cash Bell. And Cash Bell played 0 minutes in the fourth quarter of that game. Would have loved to see him in instead of Greg, especially with 3 minutes to go. No slight against Greg, but Greg hadn't played a whole lot of minutes in that game, wasn't warmed up, was put in a tough position. Did the best with what he could. But I feel like that little change like that is the difference between maybe being in a win or a loss, particularly in a game that close. But shout out to the squad. They, again, 8 players against one of the best teams in the league with or without Cam Mitchell, and came out, 2 points down. Now the next challenge. We're 7-7. We finished 7-9 last year. I'm sorry, that put us at 7-8 with some of the other ones. So we're 7-8. We finished 7-9 last year. Looking like that's where we're going to finish this year, unless we can beat Nashville, right? So 8-8, 7-7. Let's see if we can get the most wins possible. We'll stream that game next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on your work schedule. But we'll go from there. And actually, I'm excited for that game as well. Nashville is still a top 10 team, even after we beat them. I think that shows, hopefully, a little bit of respect that the league has for us. That every team that we've beaten that's been in the top 10 hasn't dropped out of the top 10. So it's not like, sometimes you see in college basketball this time of year, right? Teams drop a ton when they lose to an unranked team. I think that, the league recognizes that we're a dangerous team and we're a quality team. And so they're still in the top 10. But I'm excited at the opportunity for us maybe to win more games than we did last year. And even more importantly, for me, I would love to see Coach Dobbs get the 8th win of the season so she can pass me for most wins by a coach in a season and right now in a career. So that'll be great, but we'll do that next week. Jake, any final thoughts on this? What an incredible game by both squads.
Yeah, no, it's always a great matchup whenever we play the Kings. It's one of my favorite matchups. You always know it's going to be a high scoring game. Hopefully we can next season we'll get the first win there, but every time we play, you always got to watch whoever's got that last name Mitchell on the back.
That's right.
Amazing job this time by Kevin, but I think that's always our plan when we go into these games is we got to limit their offense, but always fun games to watch.
Absolutely. So until next time, everyone, we'll see you next week. Until then, be great, instigate. We'll see you soon.